Hi there, friends. In the last episode of the Canadian Prepper podcast, I talked about how I do things with my vehicle that typical city people don't do. Like come and hang out in the bush and off the grid areas where there's no signal, no help, no 911, no recovery, other than that which you provide for yourself. So I have to apologize for the wind here today. I'm probably going to end up overdubbing this so that you can all hear very well what it is I'm talking to you about. So today we're using the Tacoma to retrieve the snowmobile you see way down there. That's right, that is a Skidoo, an MXZ 800. Now, I normally run my winch, because the internet can be evil. You can see I've covered up my license plate, but I normally run my winch from the front on this Curt 13, well, I don't even remember the code. I'll post it below if you're interested in picking one up for your Gen 2 Tacoma. This is a Gen 2 Tacoma. So I normally run this front hitch here on the front, and that allows me to winch myself from the front of the truck. Now this is not a fancy truck. It is a TRD Sport that I've had modified. Had some shocks installed. So these are Bilstein 5100s. You can see them right here hanging out. And here at the back, what you can see is the following hitch doubler. So that hitch doubler is a part that I picked up at Princess Auto. I want to thank my buddy Carol. He's the one who inspired me to use that piece for this particular task. And that allows me to run my Smittybilt 10,000 pound winch off of this wire kit. You can purchase this along with this tray from Smittybilt. I purchased mine from Amazon. I've of course replaced the rope since, because I pulled at an extreme angle and I ended up damaging this part on the rope, but I've gone ahead and replaced it with this one that includes a soft shackle. So over here you can see the setup. The hitch doubler allows my trailer to connect to the bottom part, and that gives you the full weight class. If I'm not mistaken, it's about 4,000 to 5,000 pounds on the bottom part. The top part there gives you 1,000 pounds. So 1,000 pounds of weight is more, or of weight capacity is more than enough for me to pull that sled over there. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to pop the hood on the Tacoma, and we're going ahead and we're going to connect this wire kit. This is also available from Smittybilt, and I've gone ahead and taped up the terminals so I can't short between these two segments. And we're going to go ahead and use these bolt and wing nuts, and I'm going to show you where we're going to bolt those up in the Tacoma in just a moment. All right, so I've gone ahead and uncoiled the cable. You can see that part there is just waiting to be connected, and then we got this part here waiting down below. I've gone ahead and unfolded it and unrolled it. It's just long enough to go all the way to the front of the truck over here, and you can see it sitting there. Now you don't have to worry about these shorting anything at the moment, because I've pulled out the key, and without this key in here, this cannot have contact. So the next thing we're going to do is connect them to these battery terminals. Now I've modified my battery terminals here on this Tacoma. What I have done is I've installed these Knuconceptz battery terminals, and those allow me to run, this is going to be hard to show you, but those allow me to run on this side 1/0, 4 gauge, and then 8 gauge wiring. Same thing over on this side. Now I can run 1/0, 4 gauge, and then 8 gauge over here. So what I've gone ahead and done, because I'm still waiting on the parts that I need, I'm waiting for some battery terminal posts. So what I've done is I've used finger cots to protect this little thing here that I've rigged. And you're probably gonna laugh when you see this, but this is my cheap 50-cent solution. What I have done is taken some 1/0 cabling, and on one end I installed a ferrule, and on the other end I crimped on a ring terminal. And I did the same thing over on this side, and I simply protected it with finger cots and some electrical tape. Finger cots are a really inexpensive solution to protect these, to prevent anything from shorting across them. And that's how I went about doing this. So the next thing I'm going to do is turn you off for a moment. I'm going to go ahead and connect these two nuts to the respective terminals, and then we're gonna fire this thing up. All right, so here we are. I got the engine running, and you can see here I got the two terminals connected to those little stubs of wire that I made and crimped. And now we're going to go ahead and insert this fellow and initiate contact. There we are. Next. You can see over here, we've got a connector, and we have a connector. And over here, we've got this handy dandy little plug, and you can just remove it. And look at how that is designed. There you go. So I'm going to now connect these two together. That's all there is to it right there. Okay, we're gonna flip this guy on. I'm gonna turn this fellow to free spool, and we're gonna pull my cable out. Now, I have a soft shackle on the end of this. You can see here, this trailer of mine was built by an Amish fellow, and I went ahead and put a piece of PVC pipe here. This is a recommendation of my friend Nagel's. Now this setup here was a recommendation of my friend Carol's. I was trying to figure out a way to do this on the cheap. All right, friends, let's go ahead and pull this out to the snowmobile. And in case you have not seen one of these in action, I'm gonna set you up over here so you can see how it all works together. Pretty straightforward setup. We're not even gonna use this thing today. These are pretty cheap, so I'm not sure just how strong that is. But we're gonna go ahead and use this soft shackle right here. So how does a soft shackle work? You have interwoven here a section through the other, and then they are wrapped together using that piece there. So what I'm gonna do is simply insert the ball through this part, like so, and then we're going to cinch that section up against the ball. And this is going to form, as you can see here, that's pretty much impossible to pull apart. So next, we're going to make sure that these are properly connected. Same with this. Okay, my apologies. We're gonna cut out some of that bad camera movement. So I've gone ahead and fastened these two together, and we now have this looped into the solution, and we have the wrap cable over here. And so what I'm going to do next is remove the chainsaw with which I cleared that stump over there. I'm going to put that off to the side over here. Put the kukri off to the side as well. Same with the grinder. And of course over here I got the other half section. What is that for? That is to protect the cable from getting frayed against that edge. I put some boards here to protect the skis, and here we're going to go ahead and just start tensioning this. I'm going to go ahead and put you down on the top of the truck so that you can see this in full action with me. All right, here it goes, my friends. Here it goes. We have it, friends. That is how you get a snowmobile onto a trailer using your rear winch and a hitch doubler. Now, we're not quite entirely done. You see, the sled isn't completely onto the trailer yet. We still have a good foot to bring it onto. So what I'm going to do next is pull it. I've gone ahead and wrapped the rope around my pulling bar here, and we're just going to go ahead and give it a pull. And I believe that's got us in business. I can pop the track off of that and pull that out afterwards. But my friends, this is a success. We have gone ahead and loaded the snowmobile onto the trailer. It is fully pulled forwards. The roller worked, the winch worked, the wiring worked. See, it is possible to do these things all on your own in the bush. That's all I have for you today, my friends. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to go ahead and hit that like button. If you enjoyed this as well and you can think of somebody else who might, go ahead and share it as much as you like. And last but not least, if you want to see more of these when they do come out, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, everybody. I love you all. I'm the Frugal Gunny, and I've got zero tolerance for evil.